Oh gosh. Well, okay then. Now, where's Nicole? Nicole! Where did she run off to? Do you guys hear something? Oh, and I'm sure whatever that is, I'm sure it's nothing. Wait a minute. That's right, I need to move this over here first. Come on. Over here. Come on. Come on. Do you guys hear that? It almost sounds like chanting. Wait a minute. Is there a battery in here? There is. Alright. Now comes a part of the game that I'm not really fond of. We now have to drag and escort the marker through this section here. It's a little annoying. Wonderful. Just lovely. Here's part of the annoyance. The bridges.
Quarantine lockdown initialized. Unknown bioforms detected in the area. Security has been notified.
Oh my goodness. Should have backed away first. Come on, where are the rest of ya? So believe it or not, I think I've encountered this bug before. Because I'm pretty sure this is a bug. Where you're stuck in quarantine in this room, and the last enemies that you need to spawn to get rid of the quarantine don't spawn. So then you're like, what? What am I doing? Because it's like I'm literally having to try and figure out. I mean, unless I'm just supposed to just keep moving this forward, which I guess I am. Okay. That's what it was. You just had to keep moving the marker to get the rest of them to spawn. Doesn't mean it's not still annoying. Like tons of loot! And then you're like, oh, wait. I may have a full inventory, it seems. Alright, so hold on. I'll keep the extra stasis I've got, just in case. You never know. Yeah, that's honestly one of my least favorite sections of the game right there. Oh, and if you think it's over, oh no 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 no.
Isaac, you're almost there. You'll have to restore power to the bridges to move the marker through this area. Look for a control station at the end of the maintenance tube.
I'm a tad bit busy at the moment, Nicole. Well, at least there's a store here so I can get rid of this semiconductor that's in my inventory. Trust me, there's going to be a point where you reach, you're like, okay, this is the last time I can be able to, like, do stuff before I prepare for the end, you know? It's a very classic thing where they put a bunch of stuff in a location for you before you engage what you're probably thinking is going to be like the end of the game, like the final boss and all that, you know? Like I said with the others, I'm just freeing him from that that horrendous state of basically being stuck like that. Come on, marker. Alright, so now we have a bit of an issue. Because the bridges are not working. So we now need to go try to restore power to this part so we can be able to get these bridges working. Actually, hold on a second. Before we do that, let's go save our progress.
Entering zero gravity.
One last zero gravity section of the game. You know, guys, I'm really not in the mood right now. So I just want to deliver this marker and then get out of here. So everything's turned off. Remember that for later. But pick it up, Isaac. My goodness. All right. Still 0G, and the power's back on. Here's the problem. Yeah, it's okay. We have stasis. Oh wait, that's right, I can't shoot that. You just slow it down, then run. Derp. Oh my goodness. That's fun. When you just miss it. Oh boy. Oh! Oh, that's great!
Exiting zero gravity.
Hello, big boy. Did you miss me? I just load a bunch of mines on you. How do you like that? Huh? Huh? How do you like that? Oh, Isaac really whacked him there. Isaac has had enough. He is done. He is fed up. He's like, look, I've had a rough day. I am just done. I am ready to get out of here. I am so done right now. will save again. Because I believe we are now at basically the final spot that we gotta move the marker. Almost. Almost. We're almost there. Yeah, notice how you are getting quite a bit of stuff here as we approach the end here. That's when you can tell we're approaching the end of the game. When they're like, here, now you can have a bunch of stuff to try to either load up on or upgrade. Because you're probably going to need it. Excavation site. Warning. Sealed by order of Captain Matthias. Gee, I wonder why. I suspect that may be the hive mind. Just a hunch. So how am I doing on ammo for what? Okay, lots of pulse rifle ammo, lots of plasma cutter ammo. Alright, let's try to use the pulse rifle because it's got a lot of ammo for that. Oh, hi! Oh, hello. Oh, you guys decided to really sneak up on me this time, huh? Wow, okay. Ay, ay, ay. So anyways... Alright, you know what? No, hold on. You! Get out of here! Oh, he just fell through. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and get this thing delivered and get out of here. Notice on the screens there, you can see the tethers, gravity tether status. Oh, hello! I should have noticed, considering the music. I still find it amusing seeing him try to get back up after I've shot him with multiple grenades. And he's like, stop that! Hold on. I don't need to use that. Notice that pedestal right there is also made of, like, red marker stuff there. Notice that?
Thank you, Isaac. I always believed in you. I knew you'd return to me. We are whole again, Isaac. We are whole.
Alright, if that doesn't confirm something's wrong...
Emergency. Geo-orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic load released. Impact imminent. Evacuate this area immediately.
That thing is now coming down on us. We have to go. I'm sure I don't have to explain to any of you what that crashing down here on this surface is going to do. So yeah, we gotta go.
Decontamination cycle activated.
Isaac.
Kendra.
You really think I was just gonna walk away with you? I can't do that. Marker's coming with me. It's a shame. I'm starting to like you. Even if you are insane. What, you don't believe me? Take a look at yourself. Better yet, take a look at the video from Nicole. And this time, watch it right to the end.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. It's strange. Such a little thing. In the end, it all comes down to this one little thing. I didn't want it to end like this. I really wanted to see you again. Just once. I loved you. I always loved you.
Nicole has been dead this whole time. Whatever you were seeing was caused by that. You are its pawn. But don't worry. It will be in good hands now. Far away from this damn place. Goodbye, Isaac.
This isn't over, Daniels. So yeah, that's the big revealing twist here. I was hinting at it. It should have obviously been clear, especially once I revealed the last one. But that's a cool little Easter egg tidbit that people noticed, was that the first letter of each chapter spelled Nicole is dead. And when you think about our past reactions with Nicole, the times we saw her on the screen, all of a sudden, so much of what we've been seeing and hearing and experiencing makes so much more sense now, doesn't it? And trust me, this is something that's going to have very important results and consequences going forward in the very next game. Let's just say Isaac is not done dealing with the traumatic news about Nicole. Obviously very sad to see her decide to deal with what was going on with the Ishimura by, well, killing herself. Though I do have to wonder, where was her body, and did she ever... was she somehow able to avoid becoming a necromorph? Like, where was her body to the point where we never, like... did we actually encounter her as a necromorph and we never realized it was her? Just saying, these are very interesting thoughts, considering the revelation we just had. You can tell right now, okay, we're about to have the big final boss, because look at this. We have one last room with a bunch of loot. And on top of that, also, hold on, let me just double check that everything is... line gun, plasma cutter, okay. So let's see. Okay. That's fine, because honestly for this upcoming fight, I mean, you can absolutely just do so with the plasma cutter. It's more than fine to just use the plasma cutter. But the pulse rifle does help here as well, in my opinion. But notice we're now also back here in this room, which you'll notice, save station, bench, and store. This is literally the, alright, you're about to have the final boss, so this is your last opportunity to do everything, to go ahead and handle your inventory, if you want to stack up on med packs, ammo, if you want to buy some nodes for some more upgrades, this is your chance to do so, right now. Your last chance. And I love it when, it's a very classic thing, is for games to give you these places here before a big final boss fight for you to prepare yourself. One last moment to prepare before the big final confrontation. In fact, let me just go ahead and see. Nope. Alright. I don't really need the 3 stasis packs, but I don't think it's gonna matter. We'll see. You can even see the room has changed a bit, and there's even a bit more, just a tad bit more, just in case you need a bit more, for whatever reason.
Oh my god!
Bye, Kendra. So about this hive mind. So yes, we have to deal with this thing while that up there is on its way down. the real annoying part when you're trying to aim and it's constantly like throwing you around or the screen is shaking. I hate shaky cam! Shaky screen. Will you stop it? Oh boy. Clock is ticking here. Just one more. No time for an awesome one-liner. We gotta go! It's over, Isaac.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry.
So yeah, it's actually not over, at least not for Isaac. Developers had to get just one more scare in there, right? Let me go ahead and turn this down. I forget whether or not the music is going to get me copyright or not. And that, my friends, was Dead Space 2008. I don't know if they intended or expected that this game was going to be as successful as it was, to the point where it got a couple of sequels. It's entirely possible they considered a standalone, but then again, with an ending like that, that's one of those where you're like, well, maybe not. Maybe they did intend, or maybe they were just like wanting to have one last scare, but obviously, yeah, Isaac doesn't come away from this just completely like unfazed. Just because that marker was destroyed doesn't mean it didn't really mess with his mind. In fact, they are really going to delve into this in the following game. There's also, I kept mentioning that there was an animated film called Downfall, which told the story of what happened there on Aegis 7 and the Ishimura before Isaac got there. There's another called Aftermath, and it takes place between this game and the second game as a setup. In fact, it actually introduces you to a character that Isaac will encounter in the following game. And the good thing about the next game is that they probably realized how at times it just seemed awkward that Isaac never said a single word outside of "ah" whenever he got hit, which was always just kind of weird that, yeah, he'll like "ah," but he doesn't say anything at any other point, you know? So I'm glad they decided, okay, let's get him an actual voice actor. They brought in Gunnar Wright, who has played him. Now, you can see the cast here. They don't even list Isaac amongst the cast because he didn't have Gunnar Wright as his voice actor. But a number of the other actors basically carried the weight instead. But, like I said, I am so happy. When you do a side-by-side comparison of this game, and I'm sure there are plenty that have done so since the remake has come out, showing the comparisons of this game compared to the remake, it's incredible. And again, it's just one of those. I've seen so many of these games get just simply a remaster, where they think all we want is the same game, but just up the graphics and just remaster it to more current graphics or systems. No, that's not what we necessarily want. What we really want is what we got with the remake, an actual full-on remake where they didn't just take this game and upped it. They literally recreated this game from scratch. Now, yes, it's not perfect. There are some decisions they did with the remake that I'm not entirely happy about compared to this one. As I have said, one of the decisions they made was not bringing back Keith as Dr. Kyne in the remake. The rest of the cast in the remake does a very fine job. And of course, the fact that they brought back Isaac to also voice, or they brought back Gunnar Wright to voice Isaac in the remake, to actually have it make sense that, oh yeah, he actually has a voice this time, while also taking some of the characters and actually fleshing them out. The two people that were with us on the ship, other than Hammond and Daniels, you know, those two nameless people that were with us that died, yeah, they actually are characters, although they are not characters very long, but they are characters, and their presence or them as characters or their deaths actually also play a role in the story going forward. They actually like reference it and talk about it like as like, you know, people they knew, and they're sad that they're gone, and they do a good amount of fleshing out with the story. They really looked at probably the original and went, you know, there's a good amount of story in here, but we can do more, especially with what we know now about the sequels, to give it even more of a possible continuity nod. And it's just been really great. The unfortunate part for me is just simply not having a good enough system to play it on. I don't have my own PS5, and my PC is just simply not up to snuff to run it high on higher stuff. I'm even having some times where the game just starts freezing on me, almost like as if it's needing to be forced to close and then reopen to have it kind of be more fresh. But I literally have to run the game on like the lowest settings just to get it to run decently in terms of performance. So unfortunately, I think I would have to actually wait until I have a much better PC to be able to actually run the game decently before I can do it on this channel. However, if you guys would like to see me do more Dead Space content, let me know if you would like to see me do the other 2 games. If you would actually like to see me do playthroughs of Dead Space 2 and also Dead Space 3. Now, I would say that Dead Space 3 is a different experience. Now, it's a very controversial title. Let me go ahead and talk a bit about Dead Space 3 for a moment. I think Dead Space 3 is not as bad as some people say it is. I think it has... See, here's part of the problem with Dead Space 3 is that this was at the start of an era where we started to see some things get added into other games, such as, I think it was like microtransactions and other stuff like that. But also, I think there was a multiplayer component as well. The thing also about Dead Space 3 is that it's a different experience when you play either by yourself or when you play with somebody else, because you actually can play that game co-op. Oh, the military suit is unlocked. Wait, no, isn't that what I already had? I think so. But yeah, this is what happens when you... Oh, wait, no, impossible mode unlocked. Although I thought the military suit was the level 6 suit that I already had. I think so. I think this is just what it shows when you get these things, when you beat the game. When you beat the game the first time, this is what you get. You get... Because you're basically encouraged to now go ahead and do New Game Plus, as I just showed you guys. You get an extra suit, you get more backstory logs, which apparently I didn't get to actually really showcase. Partly because I don't know which ones are the actual new backstory logs. You know, I'm like, wait a minute, which logs are we talking about here? And then a bunch of credits, more nodes, and impossible mode. So we'll go ahead and save there. It doesn't matter, because I'm never going to be playing this particular version of the title ever again, because now that we have the remake, I don't really have to. It's unfortunate, like I said, that I've been having issues trying to get it to run. I'm still enjoying it. I'm actually almost close to beating it and then trying New Game Plus, which there is a good reason to. I don't want to say what it is, but let's just say there's extra incentive to play through that game on New Game Plus compared to this one. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's really good. There's also talk about whether or not they may actually be considering remaking the second Dead Space game, which I would be very curious and interested to see how they would do that. I think the first one was definitely the one that was in most need of a remake. The other two, but going back to Dead Space 3, it's interesting because I've actually experienced that game both as in single player, but also from the perspective of the co-op character. I have actually joined another player's game as the co-op partner just to experience a couple of the missions that you can do from the perspective of the other character, which definitely adds to the experience. It's really Dead Space 3 is an interesting game from the idea that you can get a different experience playing from either Isaac's perspective or the perspective of the other character that you'd be playing as. You get to see and hear different things. You don't always get to hear and see what the other player gets to see and hear. So, if Isaac is hearing a conversation on his rig from somebody, the other player can't necessarily see or hear it. It's very interesting. And I saw this. One of the best ways I would recommend you do this. So, of course, Jesse Cox made some of his most popular playthroughs, at least in my opinion, became his Dead Space playthroughs, and he loves Dead Space. He ended up doing a co-op run with Dodger. Now, what's cool, and awesome is that you get to see, of course, Jesse played from the perspective of Isaac. Dodger played from the perspective of the other character. And if you watch those two playthroughs side by side, you can actually see the two different experiences that they each are having, which I find very interesting. I don't recall another game offering that kind of experience. It's honestly one of those things where I would personally love to find a way, if I did a playthrough of 3, to literally show that. And I don't really know how to do that. since Isaac, of course, is the main character, and you have to have 2 people to do it. But even if you're just playing by yourself and you're playing as Isaac, it's still a pretty good experience. I will say that one of the things that did kind of like leave a sour taste in my mouth was the ending of Dead Space 3. And I'm not just talking about the base game, I'm also talking about the DLC that they added later, which was supposed to continue that ending. And the ending of that DLC was, well, let's just say it puts a different perspective on the series as a whole. Like, even with this game, they can actually kind of change your outlook on it. From the perspective of, wait, really? That's what's really going on? Like, overall, behind the scenes that we don't know about yet? But, again, that's a different discussion for another day. But I hope that at least it's like, this is one of those, like, where I'm helping contribute to something that, I don't know. I've been concerned with some remakes and remasters recently where sometimes when they try to remaster a game or remake a game, they actually can sometimes end up either getting rid of or making the previous original version of the game not around anymore. I'm looking specifically at Blizzard and what they did to Warcraft 3. Now, I'm one of those who has said that I liked Warcraft 3 Reforged because I remember some of the technical problems and issues I had running the original Warcraft 3, and I found that Reforged was a smoother experience for me to play it compared to the original, but I'm in the gross minority on that one. I'm one of the very few, if one of the only people who actually liked that game. But what I don't like is that Blizzard made it where you could not play the original. So it's a good thing that I made playthroughs of the original Warcraft 3 on this channel, because I wouldn't be able to now. Now, again, they were technical messes for me to try and get running to do a playthrough of, but I don't like that they just simply got rid of them. You know, I think they should be preserved. I think all those kind of things should be preserved from a historical standpoint. We should keep every version to show the changes and the growth and all of that stuff, you know? So let's just say I was concerned that maybe they were going to get rid of this version when they had the remake come out. But at the same time, it's also fun that for people who perhaps didn't play this one and are playing the remake, that they have a chance to go here, like to my playthrough or someone else's, and see the original and see the differences and see the comparisons. That's part of the fun, at least for someone like me, to see how they changed it and what they were able to make better. Like I said, a number of the gripes and problems that I had with this, especially when it came to the nodes, as a big example, they fix big time in the remake. The remake, from a gameplay perspective, is just fantastic. And I hope I can reach a point where I can show it to you guys proper on this channel as a playthrough. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to get a better PC or upgrade my PC. And once I do, I'll be able to hopefully have a system that can run Dead Space Remake smoothly. You know, who knows what the future holds. And I hope that will happen sooner rather than later. But I hope you guys have enjoyed my playthrough of Dead Space. If there were some audio issues, I do apologize for that. I did notice it. I was trying to see if I could fix it as I was making this playthrough. I apologize if it was a problem for you guys. It's still it's still something I'm trying to really work on and perfect when it comes to the balancing and just trying to make it as high quality as I can. You know, I try to be professional here on my channel when it comes to the quality that I put out here. So, but as long as you guys are enjoying watching my content, that's what really matters to me. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want me to see, if you want to see me do a playthrough of Dead Space 2 or whatever, just feel free to share in the comments. All right. Until then, I will see you guys next time.